I was living in China and doing a lot of work with victims from sex trafficking, and then began to phase that into working with the Marine Corps and the Army.
At 17 years old, with zero training, zero credentials, working directly with the U.S. military overseas.
She was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense.
And now, her mother's name is showing up in the same Epstein files that just got unsealed, right next to a real estate company Epstein used 56 times.
They have braces, most of them.
Younger than that, though?
Yeah. From Romania, from Czechoslovakia, from Brazil, from
all minors? All young girls?
Very young.
But here's what nobody is connecting. What if Erika Kirk's entire past was designed to hide the truth about who her father really is? Because Candace Owens just exposed something that changes everything. And once you see the timeline, you can't unsee it. The internet just exploded. Candace Owens dropped a bombshell that's making people rethink everything they thought they knew about Erika Kirk. We're not just talking about fake identities or shady charities anymore. We're talking about newly released Epstein files that allegedly contain both Erika's and her mother, Lori Francvy's names. We're talking about a decades-long relationship between Lori and Jeffrey Epstein that goes way deeper than anyone imagined. And we're talking about the possibility that Erika Kirk's real father might actually be Jeffrey Epstein himself. Yeah, you heard that right. And before you dismiss this as just another wild conspiracy theory, let me walk you through the receipts. Because when you line up the timelines, the connections, the lies, and the cover-ups, this story starts to make a horrifying amount of sense. Let's start with what we know for sure. Lori Francvy, Erika's mother, has been caught using at least 11 different name variations across public records. Lori of Francvy, Lori W. Francvy, Lori Arendt, Lori Awalad, Lori Anwinta, Lori and Francvy. The list goes on and on. Now, why would someone need that many identities unless they're actively trying to hide something? And it's not just random aliases either. These names show up in federal vendor procurement documents right alongside suppliers connected to the NSA. Lori's companies, AZT and IME Laboratories, are literally operating in the same professional circles as confirmed intelligence operatives.
She was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense. And so she had other business partners that were out here that were already in that industry.
But here's where it gets truly insane. When the new Epstein files dropped, internet researchers immediately started combing through the emails and financial records. And that's when they found it. The Corcoran Group, a real estate firm, shows up 56 times in Epstein's released files. 56 times. Now, guess who was affiliated with the Corcoran Group? That's right, Erika Kirk. Her old real estate profiles under her former name, Erika Francvy, are still active on Zillow and Realtor.com, listing her as connected to the same company Epstein used over and over again. But it gets even worse. When people started digging through Epstein's emails that referenced the Corcoran Group, two other names kept appearing, Lauren and Erika. Now, nobody can say for absolute certain that this Lauren and Erika are Lori Francvy and Erika Kirk. But come on, the overlaps are impossible to ignore, especially when you realize that Lori has been documented using the name Lauren Francvy in official records. And then there's Romania. Oh God. Romania just keeps coming back like a nightmare that won't end. According to U.S. court filings connected to the J.P. Morgan Chase case against Epstein, more than $30,000 was transferred to a bank account at the Bank of Transylvania in Romania. The identity of the account holder? Redacted, but the bank and the city are right there in black and white. And according to those same documents, a significant number of Epstein's victims were trafficked from Eastern Europe, with Romania specifically listed as one of the source countries.
They used to download pictures like this, just like that.
What kind of pictures?
Naked girls from Sweden, from Romania, from Czechoslovakia, from Brazil, from
all minors? All young girls?
Very young, very young.
Like when you say very young, how young are you talking?
16, 17. They're teenagers. They could have braces, most of them.
Younger than that, though?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Lori's so-called charity work. She established the Everyday Heroes Foundation in Arizona, which was supposed to help children in need. Sounds noble, right? Except that foundation spawned the Romanian Angels Project, which claimed to help orphans in Romania through partnerships with the U.S. military. And who did they work with? Colonel Otto Buscher, a U.S. Army colonel who was later accused of running a brothel on a military base using young Romanian girls.
Lori Francvy established the Everyday Heroes Foundation, which was supposed to help children in need. That was established in Arizona under Erika's mother's name, Lori Francvi. What they decided to do, as charities do, is that they developed certain projects and certain missions, and what spun out from Lori's charity was the Romanian Angels Project. Now, it is a fact that they worked with, at that time, Colonel Otto Buscher. Colonel Otto Buscher was then accused of running a brothel with young children, taking them onto the military base for himself,
Erika personally thanked Colonel Buscher in her promotional video for Romanian Angels. And while there are no articles directly linking Erika or Lori to Buscher's crimes, you have to ask yourself, how many coincidences can pile up before it stops being a coincidence? But let's get back to the Epstein connection, because this is where the timeline gets really disturbing. If Lori Francvi had a long-term relationship with Jeffrey Epstein before Erika was even born, and if Erika's real father is actually Epstein, that would explain so much. It would explain why Erika's birthday keeps changing in official records. In Lori's divorce documents, Erika's birthday is listed as November 22nd, but on Erika's Wikipedia page, it says November 20th. Why lie about something as basic as a birth date unless you're trying to obscure the truth? It would also explain why Erika has no clear past. People have been trying to verify her identity for months now, and nothing lines up. Her parents' identities are murky. Her work history doesn't make sense. Her entire backstory feels fabricated. And when you combine that with the fact that Lori has deep ties to intelligence agencies, military operations, and now potentially Epstein himself, you start to see a pattern. Think about it. Erika claimed she was working in China with sex trafficking victims when she was barely out of high school. She had no training, no social work background, no credentials whatsoever. But somehow, she was getting backing from the US military and being sent to multiple countries to work directly with victims.
I wanted to create something called Everyday Heroes Like You, where we're able to, originally, it was focused on bringing funds and awareness to various grassroots organizations. It kind of grew into something more global. I was living in China and doing a lot of work with victims from sex trafficking, and then began to phase that into working with the Marine Corps and the Army, and then was able to work with a orphanage in Romania.
That doesn't pass the sniff test, unless of course she wasn't actually there to help victims, unless she was there for something else entirely. And if her mother was already embedded in intelligence circles and had connections to Epstein, then maybe Erika was being groomed for a very specific role from the very beginning. Let's talk about Erika's family ties, because this is where it gets even more twisted. Erika's Aunt Carla married Jack Solomon, an investment banker and casino owner who donated to multiple Israeli causes. And here's the kicker. Jack Solomon worked at Bear Stearns during the 1980s and early 90s, which is the exact same time and place where Jeffrey Epstein was hired by CEO Alan Greenberg. Epstein had no college degree, no formal finance training, and zero Wall Street experience. Yet he was hired purely through personal connections and rose to partner level in record time. And now we find out that Erika's uncle by marriage was working at the same firm during that exact period. Oh, and there's a 30-year age gap between Jack Solomon and his wife Carla. So not only did Solomon and Epstein overlap at Bear Stearns, but they also appear to share a similar pattern when it comes to relationships with much younger women. But I'm sure that's just another coincidence, right? And then there's this. An old article mentions Jack Solomon's involvement with the Center for Jewish Studies at Utah Valley State College. Utah Valley, the same state where Charlie Kirk's organization is based, the same state where Erika suddenly appeared and wormed her way into Charlie's life. And according to that article, Solomon also serves as a trustee for Hebrew University and funded the restoration of Zion Gate in Jerusalem. So we've got Epstein connections, Israeli connections, military connections, intelligence connections, and Romanian trafficking connections all swirling around Erika's family. But let's circle back to Lori, because she's the key to all of this. Lori is the CEO of E3 Tech Group, which absorbed or spun off from her other ventures like G-Tech and Aztec International. These companies have heavy ties to the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security. They specialize in military tech, AI defense, secure networks, intel ops, and drone-related systems. And here's the smoking gun. Lori's companies have direct connections to Fort Huachuca in Arizona, which is known for training drone pilots and running intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance operations.
Fort Huachuca and Cochise County, Arizona are directly linked to Erika Kirk through her mother, Lori Francvi, and her defense contracting firm, E3 Tech, because it peddles EMP-proof technology to the military that can only be tested at Fort Huachuca. It's the reason why Erika Kirk and her mom moved to Arizona in the first place, because Lori Franceby had to be in close proximity to her work at Fort Huachuca.
So Lori wasn't just some random mom running a charity. She was a defense contractor with classified operations during Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Her company, E3 Tech Group, was literally awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal for classified work, and she co-authored publications on electromagnetic pulse threats and blackout wars, which just happened to be perfect fear-mongering tools to justify surveillance, emergency powers, and military spending. And then there's Arizona State Senator David Farnsworth, who worked closely with Lori on these so-called blackout wars initiatives. Farnsworth is obsessed with EMPs and grid defense contracts. But he's also passionate about another issue, missing children in Arizona.
1,049 removals of children in August 2019 from their homes. Let that number sink in for a minute. I've seen it as low as 800. This is the highest I've seen it. It fluctuates, but that's a big number. And this is more alarming to me, that 1% of the children never go home.
And guess what language Senator Farnsworth decided to learn in 2025? Romanian, the oldest spoken language in Europe, according to Arizona's official legislative website. Romanian, again, because apparently every single road in this story leads back to Romania. So let's put this all together. Lori Franceby has at least 11 different identities. She's deeply embedded in intelligence and military circles. Her companies work on classified operations. She has documented ties to the same real estate firm Epstein used 56 times. Her name, along with Erika's, allegedly appears in newly released Epstein files. She ran a charity that worked with a U.S. Army colonel, accused of running a brothel with Romanian children. She has family connections to people who worked at Bear Stearns alongside Epstein, and she moved to Arizona to be close to a military base known for intelligence operations. And Erika has no verifiable past. Her birthday changes depending on the document. Her work history makes no sense. She claimed to be helping trafficking victims in China and Romania as a teenager with zero credentials. She was affiliated with the same real estate company Epstein used. She married Charlie Kirk in a relationship that many now believe was a honeypot operation. And if the rumors are true, her real father might actually be Jeffrey Epstein.
Maybe it's no coincidence at all.
Think about what that would mean. If Epstein is Erika's biological father, then Lori wasn't just connected to Epstein. She was in a relationship with him. And if that's true, then Erika's entire life was likely orchestrated from the beginning. Her fake charity work, her military connections, her intelligence ties, her sudden appearance in Charlie Kirk's life. All of it would have been by design. Erika fooled Charlie Kirk. That's not even a question anymore. Everyone knows it. But what's coming out now is way more disturbing than anyone imagined, because this isn't just about one woman lying to one man. This is about a multi-generational intelligence operation involving human trafficking, blackmail, military cover-ups, and possibly one of the most notorious criminals in modern history. Candace Owens just pulled the thread, and the more people dig, the more this entire facade unravels. Erika Kirk's real father, Lori Franceby's relationship with Epstein, the newly released files, the Romanian connection, the intelligence agencies, the fake identities. It's all connected. And if you still think this is all just a coincidence, then maybe you should listen to what Erika herself once said about coincidences, because at a certain point, there are just too many to ignore.